This episode of Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Perich, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks podcast.
I'm here for Peter.
Well, we're going to have to fight for it, Lil Hellfire, because this is the big ramp up to the marriage. Welcome back to the Ultimate Spider-Cast. I am Phil, and that enthusiastic Peter lover is...
Hey, y'all, it's Lil Hellfire.
Hi. That's right, because remember, kids, Mephisto may want you to forget, but Spider-Man was married once upon a time. And this episode, we'll get to the marriage next week, but today we're going to be doing the big ramp up that they got three-parter from Amazing Spider-Man 290, 291, and 292. Which was, what, July, August, September 9th, was it 87?
Jeez.
Jeez. Oh, I saw one of those things on Twitter just today. It was like, if Mephisto was in the DC universe, who would his major adversary be? And I put, anyone with a happy marriage? ?
So, nobody.
Oh! Are you saying Superman?
Who's even married anymore?
Superman?
I don't even know. Bendis would have you forget that, though.
He's Bendising his hardest to get rid of that marriage.
Bendis is secretly Mephisto of the DC universe.
Bendis.
Oh, I love how every time you're like, oh, take it easy. We want him on here.
Do we, though? It'd be a big get, but I don't want to sell my soul for it. I'm not Alan Moore.
Ooh! Yeah, don't become...
I'm just being the Charlie today. Don't be mad at me. Don't hack me.
I was going to say, don't become Alan Moore. Charlie Esser will, never talk to you again.
You were still breathing, so I assumed you were okay.
Sorry to make you listen to all this, Lilith.
This cover.
Oh, the first one, yeah.
This cover is so, yeah.
Yeah, the big black suit Spider-Man behind Peter and Mary Jane. Peter asks the big question. Which is kind of...
Will you hold my suit?
It's kind of funny because it's like, they kind of rushed this in the place, I guess, because Stan Lee was marrying them off in the newspaper strip. So it's like, last issue. Do you remember the last in Amazing 289? It was the big, Ned Leeds is the Hobgoblin, which we covered in November in our first annual.
Yeah, and they're like, never mind all that. Gobble, gobble.
But no, remember at the end of the issue, him and the Black Cat are seemingly making out, and then all of a sudden he's like, in this one he's like, oh, I must ask Mary Jane to marry me. It's like, really?
Exactly. It's just like, never you mind all that before. We're doing this now.
Well, Peter David kind of wrapped that up in Spectacular Dumbass, but had the Black Cat go away for at least a couple months.
Never you mind all that for all you Felicia fans.
So...
She was a blonde. We knew she wasn't going to be sticking around seriously.
She had gray hair. She's an old lady. But yeah, in this one, Spider-Man's on a rooftop, basically smacking around a chimney, basically like, why aren't I happy? I finally accepted...
Because you're Peter Parker?
Oh! I finally accepted myself as Spider-Man.
Did you, though?
Amazing 289. Thank you, Jim.
Exactly. It's like, sure.
So he's like, I feel hollow and incomplete, but it doesn't make sense. There's still something missing in my life.
You and the symbiote should have just got married. That's my theory. The symbiote was perfect for him.
Oh, geez. Close encounters. So, yeah, Spider-Man takes off, and then... Oh, my lord, in Times Square, this whole thing with this guy, the Preserver.
And worst of all. Wait, is he worse than the Spot? No, I think the Spot is definitely the worst.
I don't know why the guy's wearing a cape, but he has a gun, and he's like, how dare you knock down all these old buildings and stuff, and You know, of course.
This guy looks like Toy Man.
Exactly. I was like, did someone draw this to look like somebody's like relative or something?
Something.
But he's, you know, Spider-Man takes care of him real quick. And then, you know, even the mayor is there, and it's just like, no, we're not, you know, we're like refurbishing the buildings. We're not getting rid of them.
Idiot.
And then,
idiot.
You know,
idiot with a cape and a gun.
We're getting, you know, the opposite of Parker Luck this issue, because even the mayor's like, oh, I'm sure my good friend J. Jonah Jameson right here will print a glowing account of what you did today, Spider-Man. Jonah's like, oh, okay. So yeah, Peter's like, still, you know, everything's turning up Peter today, but why aren't I still happy? So he goes home.
Well, you know what you need. Just pop down in front of the boob tube.
Well,
that's all.
Yeah, he goes home, takes a shower, and he's like, he's going to watch TV, and then he's thinking, I don't even know what's on TV. I've been so busy as Spider-Man, I don't even know who shot JR.
Damn, son. Even that reference is a bit too old for me.
I know.
P.S. Spoilers, it was all a dream, so it doesn't matter. That much, I do know.
In the shower. I guess I could listen to music, but I haven't had time to buy new records since the Monkees were hot the first time.
How old are you, Pete? This sliding time scale gets complicated.
Exactly. I never realized how dull and lifeless this apartment could be. Really? You haven't? Well,
he doesn't spend much time in it, to be fair.
Ever since
he takes a shower, a shave, and a poop.
Oh, jeez.
It's a flop house for all intent and purposes.
You know, it lost all sense since we got rid of the cigar store Indian.
Yeah.
Oh. He's like, I need to talk to someone about Spider-Man. I guess that narrows my options down to one.
And it ain't Felicia.
Yeah, so he goes, well, she left town, I believe. But yeah, so he goes
exactly.
Yeah, so he goes over to someone with a better apartment, Mary Jane.
That modeling money, baby, quote unquote, sure.
Jeez. But yeah, she's making some kind of food because the neighbor lady's coming over.
And worst of all, Mrs. Muncie.
Yes. And again, you know, she's like, Peter, you could stay, but oh, wait, what's wrong? I don't know.
He's out here looking like he's in one of those AHA videos. Like, wait, members only jacket, a yellow turtleneck? No, Pete, no.
Okay, here's his problem. I've decided to keep being Spider-Man, to never give up. Like Flash Thompson said.
We don't take advice from Flash Thompson.
I wouldn't want to quit neither.
I wouldn't take advice from Flash Thompson neither.
Okay.
But gee.
Once again, last issue. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
I feel restless, adrift, sort of like when I was growing up. I wasn't really sure who I was. Is he coming out?
That would have been the better story, but it was 87. We weren't ready to have that conversation.
Oh, please, it was 87. It was controversial. We got married to a woman. Our heroes don't get married. Maybe you're just looking at the surface. Maybe this is a Peter Parker problem. Say that 3 times fast.
Peter Parker problem. Peter Parker problem. Peter Parker problem.
You can throw out any kind of challenge. Lilith cannot resist. Go buy DC, Lilith.
Man, don't make me start the Kickstarter. Don't make me do it, guys.
I double dog dare you to start the Kickstarter.
All right. By next episode of Legends of the Arrowverse, it'll be up.
I'll be like, you know, joining me as always, CEO of DC Comics. Every editor's note it'll be and DC. Thank you, Lilith. That's her whole plan. She just wants to be in the editor's notes. So Peter's like, oh, I know, I can go talk to Aunt May. She's like, yeah, maybe you should go talk to her. I'll do it. You know,
no charge, Tiger. Take it easy. Told y'all that apartment is not being paid for through modeling services.
Well, everyone's clothes stayed on. Come on.
Sure, that we saw. What happened off panel?
Well, the neighbor lady's coming over. Come on.
We all know Pete's quick to, you know, he's a quick one.
She's like, I'm a little jealous of him going to Aunt May and talking to Aunt May instead of me, but hey, I just put Peter's happiness before my own. What do you know? Maybe Mary Jane Watson is growing up a little.
It would still be 20 years before you got any depth to your character. Sorry there, sister.
McFarlane is coming.
Hashtag fight me. I don't care.
The other thing growing up with you soon is your hair. Thank you, McFarlane. So yes, Peter goes to Forest Hills Queens to see Aunt May.
Oh, of course she's sick because she's 90.
Always. She had that same cold for 290 issues. But yes, all the boarders, remember them, are at the church bazaar. But she has
whatever that means.
But Aunt May has to pay them bills. What brings you out to the wilds of Queens? I feel kind of unsettled, like I should be doing something, only I don't know what.
Getting a real job? Learning to be a man? Call me crazy.
So Peter says he's going to go up to his old bedroom, and May says she'll bring up
we missed you can't go past the Uncle Ben reference, because that's future Lilith. Take a drink.
Oh, okay, yes. You know what your Uncle Ben used to say, be true to yourself. That's not what he said.
Cough, 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 cough.
Great power.
She messed it up. Aunt May don't know nothing.
Great power, woman. Don't you not know the man? Really married him. So, he goes up to his room after Aunt May's probably like, keep the door open this time, please. He's like, this is where it started, where I sewed my
first costume and developed my web shooters.
Where I became Spider-Man.
When you were smart. Yeah, I
Hey,
remember when you were smart.
So, yeah, Aunt May comes up with the tea. Here, I'll just set the tea on the corner of the desk. Watch out for my micro. Aunt May, where's my old microscope? I always left it on my desk. Oh, dear.
Oh, a man came asking for it. Oh, she donated it to the church, damn old lady. Oh, but they're building a new orphanage. Think of the children.
And Peter's like, don't worry. Because she said she'll call the church. She's like, don't worry, I'll take care of it. So he leaves. He's like thinking the microscope is... I would have been like, woman, you wanted me to go back to school for science and everything, and then you sell my one thing. The
one thing!
But again, if this thing was such a big deal to him, why was it sitting in Aunt May's house still? Yeah, one of those boarders could have broken or something. Why wasn't it with him? And how big is Aunt May's house? She has all these boarders, but no one's staying in Peter's room?
They could never get the stickiness off the walls and the floors.
Hey-oh. Thank you, Matt. Every time I hit that button, I should be like, thank you, Matt. But again, what is it? What is that? Aunt May's house or the TARDIS? Jeez.
It's bigger on the inside.
Hey-oh.
It's the room of Harry Potter fans. It's the room of requirement.
Is it the Lego room of requirement?
To be whatever you need.
Is it the Lego room of requirement?
I miss when Flash was good.
Oh my! But
hashtag fight me.
So yeah, Peter's thinking, I love science. I still do. Somehow I let that part of myself slip away. I've been too busy being Spider-Man.
Too busy being an idiot.
So yeah, Peter goes over to the church and the bazaar and oh hey, look. He walks in the church. Sorry, pal, the scepter ain't on display yet. He says, I'm looking for...
Come back later.
He's looking for Father Curtis. I'm Father Curtis. Forgive the zeal of our young friend Max here. Remember Max, kids.
Put a feather in your cap.
He's the head of Heaven's Angels, a neighborhood project run by ex-gang members. And Peter's just like...
There's so much wrong with this sentence.
You know he's evil. He's got that beret on. Come on.
I was gonna say he's got a raspberry beret on, guys. Just saying.
Raspberry.
Never trust the dude.
Come on.
No. We'll get taken down. Don't.
Even if you say raspberry beret.
I think we might have just got a copyright strike.
I didn't sing it. The dude's wearing a raspberry.
Doesn't matter. His family's very greedy for money at the moment.
Oh yes. Yes, the Judas.
What is this Judas scepter? And why is it an extremely valuable artifact? And why would they loan it to a church in Queens?
The Judas scepter, an extremely valuable artifact on loan to the church. By requesting a small donation to view the scepter, we hope to raise more money for the orphanage. Tax deduction. There you go.
That's more like tax free.
Well, no, I'm saying whoever lent it, they're getting the tax deduction. That's why they did it.
Oh yeah. It's gonna come up missing, but don't worry, it wasn't the real one anyway.
Yes.
Just like the Titanic. Anyway,
So-
enough conspiracy theories. Moving on.
Yeah, Peter. Yes, Peter introduces himself to Father Curtis, says, I'm Peter Parker. My aunt is May Parker. He's like, generous woman. She donated the microscope. It's a bit old, but in excellent quality. We hope to get 30
Ouch.
It's old. We hope to get 30 or maybe perhaps $35 for the orphanage.
I see. Too bad you don't have any money, Pete, because you ain't got a real job.
Yeah, well, he walks out thinking, I can't ask for the microscope back. It'd be like taking food out of orphans' mouths. And though
Literally.
And though I haven't sold any photos lately, surely even I can afford $30 for needy kids. See, he didn't
No,
say,
you can't. You're going to look at your bank account and say no.
See, he didn't say 35. He said 30.
Ugh.
But yeah, we got.
So that gang member.
Yeah, well, we got two.
Wonder what's going to happen here.
Well, we got 2 security guards and yes, Max here. We see, yes, he has a gun in the back of his pants.
I don't want anything to do with trouble. No, sirree, Bob.
Nope. So then Peter's walking the bazaar, and then he sees a father and son knocking down milk bottles.
Aww.
And the kid's like, he's going to pitch for the Mets. Oh, come on. Aim higher, kid.
Exactly.
Really, Kevin, I don't know where you children get such nonsense. You're going to be an orthopedic surgeon just like your old dad.
Exactly.
Oh, Dad, feet stink. I was lucky. Aunt May and Uncle Ben let me make my own decisions. Yeah, even if they were horrible.
They may have been wrong, but they were mine.
Oh, they were wrong. Better get to the main tent. The auction is about to start.
Meanwhile, in May Parker's quote-unquote boarding house.
Yes, she gets a phone call from Mary Jane. Is Peter there? No, it can wait, Mrs. Parker. I'll talk to Peter later. Mary Jane's thinking, important? Nah, just to the extent that my whole life is about to explode.
This is a really good shot of Mary Jane, by the way.
Yes.
I like this one.
Yes.
You know what? New profile pic time.
Boy, people, if I have her podcast every other day, man, you'll be getting a new profile pic every other day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good profile. It's John Romita Jr. doing his art, yeah.
He had a thing for Miss Mary Jane. Almost.
It's
almost as prolific as you know who.
I think it should. I mean, don't take this the wrong way, Mr. Romita Jr., but I think it's like daddy issues, too, because, I mean, his father drew one of the sexiest Mary Janes, too, so I think he was just trying to keep up,
He's like, I knew him.
But then Peter's back at the
Oh, he's
auction.
got $42 period, guys. He's balling.
What? $42.
He's got $42. He's balling.
But hopefully the bidding doesn't go higher than that. So, but just as they start the opening bids, someone's stolen the receipts for the tilt-a-whirl. Oh my lord, they're gonna get away with $5
in quarters.
Exactly. He's like, no, not now. I can't miss my chance for the microscope. Let the security guards do their jobs. That's what they're paid for. That's bull.
You know you can't do that. Yeah, you know what happened the last time you let a security guard do their job.
Yes. The worst mistake is when I let the crook grow and he killed Uncle. Take a drink, future Lilith.
Take a drink. Take a drink.
Yep, I let a crook go and he killed Uncle Ben. 291 months ago. I'll never let something like that happen again. Never. As he changes and swings after the... What?
When you put it like that.
So, yeah, the crowds are looking at Spider-Man. Hey, must be a stunt for the bazaar. But as Spider-Man's swinging by the crooks, he gets a spider sense tingle from the church. Some sort of danger. So he swings over, looks through the window, and sees our buddy Max with the 2 security guards at gunpoint. You jerks fell for it. Never suspected that me and my gang only joined Heaven's Angels to be in line for a big score. Yes, eh? And this scepter is it. While my pal steals some small change to cause a distraction, I make off with the real prize.
Genius! Absolute genius!
And I got the perfect alibi. I could say I was out chasing my buddies. But meanwhile, that leaves the problem of witnesses. Until Spider-Man swings down and lands on the back of Max and says, hey, this will solve your dilemma.
Let me solve your little dilemma for you.
No crime, no witnesses. I really like to clean your
It
clock.
looks like he's giving him a wedgie, low-key, but...
Exactly. I'd really like to clean your clock, but I'm pressed for time. How about we settle for a quick left cross to Dreamland? But then the spider sense goes off again. Oh, the security guards just start shooting at Spider-Man. Get him. He's trying to steal the scepter from the other guy.
Set your lasers to stunning, ladies!
It's G.I. Joe. It's all laser beams. Until Father Curtis comes in and yells, stop! Which gives Spider-Man a chance to get away, because Max has also slipped out the door.
And of course, we get our classic construction site chase. It's been a while, but it's a classic.
Yep. And we see a bunch of two kids collecting bottles to cash in.
Wait, do they even do that in New York? I don't think they do.
In 87, did they?
I don't think they've ever done it. Well, memo to Charlie.
It's an environmental message, Lilith Hellfire. Come here, kid. You got more important things to do. Yeah, because Max grabs one of the kids. Let him go, Max. I'll drop him.
I said drop him. That's the wrong choice of words. We learned this from Gwen Stacy.
I'll drop him, all right.
Jeez.
Like a cold side of beef if you don't back off.
Whatever that means.
So Pete's like, okay, I'll stay here. Just don't hurt him. All right, stay where you are for 10 minutes after we're gone, and I'll let the kid go. And Pete's even thinking, yeah, coming from Mr. No Witnesses, I find that difficult to believe.
Oh, you're actually being smart this issue. Good for you, buddy.
So he webs two paint
Their
cans.
lids should be loose. What's it going to do with these lids? Let's see.
Yes, he webs two paint cans and then swings them at Max, covers Max with paint, distracts him. Because the kid gets away.
He's covered in white goo. Just there's your subtext for the episode. Something to think about with a little fist that says Pope. You know, I'm just saying, without the E.
Yeah. So now Spider-Man gives him the right cross in the Dreamland. Make it with the chin music. See,
Billy, you're a mess.
And such a story, Spider-Man indeed.
Of course, the kid's name's Billy. Of course it is.
Billy. And what a far-fetched story. Spider-Man, even though everyone at the bazaar just saw him like 5 minutes ago.
Freaking parents, man. They just don't understand. Boom! Right time frame, too.
Nice. I got that reference.
You're probably the only one.
Yeah. So Spider-Man swings off. I'm sure the security guards will find Mad Max. Get it?
Get it? Because that was a thing.
It's the 80s.
Before Mel Gibson ruined his career.
Hey, so, yeah, Pete's on a building trying to take pictures. Then he's like, wait a minute. I don't have time to make a living. So he swings back. He swings back to the auction. The bidding's at $40. Do I hear $45? And Pete's like, $42. I mean, can I bid $41? So, yes, he wins wins the microscope, sold to the young man with the eye for thrift. So yes, he's sitting on a park bench.
How you gonna get home, buddy? Exactly. I got no money to get home.
The microscope might not mean much to me, but it's a symbol of what Peter Parker, always wanted.
Too bad you're not actually doing it.
It's time to put Peter Parker first. Is what's right. It should have for me. That's what I should have done 8 years ago. Yeah, remember when you did that 291 months ago?
Yeah. It's like you got to learn your lesson. We literally just had this conversation in this issue.
But it's time to start my new life. So, yes, once again, he goes to Mary Jane's apartment.
Champagne and roses or M&Ms. And they're the plain M&Ms, not even the peanut ones. Like, come on, bro. Up your game.
He had $1, Lilith. Come on, and it's a pound of them. Come on. Is that subliminal messaging? He gave her a pound of M&Ms?
Could be.
But yeah, she invites him in. Good, I've been thinking there's something I want to ask. Hey, what's with the luggage? And she's like, something's come up. I have to go out of town. He's like, then I'll just ask. She's like, can't we wait till later?
Gotta pay that rent.
I just want to. Darn. She forgets all this stuff. He's like, blast it. I can't wait any longer. All I need is a yes or no. Will you marry me?
This is a really cute, simple page too.
That last page?
I like this one too.
Or the first page?
Yeah.
Yes.
The last page. It's
yes.
Really...
Nice splash page. Nice.
The next issue. The answer.
And they give it right to you on the first page. Mary Jane goes, no.
Yeah.
No.
Good for her. Have some self-respect.
Or how
about no?
So he's like, wait, you mean you don't want to marry me because I'm Spider-Man? No. I mean, I don't know. Like they say in the movies, isn't this kind of sudden? I thought.
Well, she's off to Pittsburgh, so that's all that matters.
Yes. because Uncle Spencer dropped by, and I have with some family news. I'm going to visit my sister Gail in Pittsburgh. We haven't seen each other in a while, so it should be a real gas.
Ew.
Oh, wow. You told me you hadn't seen Gail in years. You also said she never wanted to see you again. Remember? We covered Amazing 259.
Remember, guys? Remember?
Thank you, Ron. Now you're just going to drop by for a chat. Nothing. It's nothing. Just girl stuff. You understand, don't you, Petey?
Oh, girl stuff's the worst stuff.
Why do you think Lilith Hellfire went back in time and retroactively caused her siblings to cease to exist?
Damn straight. Who told you?
The temporal wake. All right. So yeah, Pete's walking Mary Jane down to a cab, and then spider sense is tingling, but I don't see anything nearby. It stopped. Oh great, just what I need. First, I find there's someone who can get past my early warning spider sense without triggering it. In Web of Spider-Man 18 and 24. Yes, that was Eddie Brock before we got the full Venom introduction. Thank you.
I just want to pump weights and take pictures, bro. I just want to pump weights and take pictures. That's my life.
Yeah, I mean, musclehead that he is.
Oh yeah, and hate Peter Parker.
I mean, there were in those two issues, I think Spider-Man was hanging outside a building, and Eddie just threw him off the building, and then another time he pushes him in front of a train. I'm like, instead of doing the big whole scary introduction,
he's a psychopath. It's perfect.
Don't set off the spider sense. Why didn't you just kill him in his sleep? Eddie Brock is not good at his job.
It's all that testosterone and steroids, bro. It's not a good combo. This particular truck has no driver. What?
Oh yeah,
is that a battle wagon I see?
It almost looks like. Oh, is it a battle wagon or is it a windowless van, Lilith Hellfire?
Oh, it's a windowless panel van, but it's not white, so they messed up on that one.
It's a windowless battle van.
Well, let's see what the cargo's got to say.
Well, the cargo is
whatever could be in this truck
is non-standard. It looks like a robot, a
terrible, terrible robot from the 60s.
A segmented neck elongates. A projector receiver.
Head confirms it's objective. This is what I like to call the subtext robot.
And the thing climbs 2 stories, 7, 9. What is this? A Lilith Hellfire date?
Only if you're gonna bungee jump off the roof afterwards.
Whoa! But yeah, it climbs up Mary Jane's building and breaks through the wall. Maneuvering awkwardly in the enclosed area, looking for something or someone. And of course, the neighbors here.
How convenient!
I love this. It's like a sophisticated robot, and the neighbor's like, "Uh-oh."
Was this supposed to be Laverne and Shirley right here? Because I feel like that's supposed to be Laverne and Shirley right here.
Maybe, but they're like, "We better call the police." And then the robot's like, "Oh, drat!" So it drops down and gets back in the van and takes off. And then Peter's walking the streets all depressed. She wouldn't even let me go to the airport with her.
But dude, he's making it about him and not her, and this just makes him seem like a jerk.
I know, that's what I was going to say. He's like, yeah, now that I've got my Spider-Man.
I can't start my new life with Mary Jane.
Now that I got my whole, now that I've got Spider-Man nailed down, now I want, let's, do the same for my Peter Parker life. Yeah, like she's a possession. I know.
Terrible.
I don't know why, but it's going to be a long night and an even longer tomorrow. Phrasing?
Finally, we cut to the robot and maybe get some answers.
Yes, because it goes back to its headquarters, and then we see someone come out of the robot.
Hey, it's Alistair! Like one of my favorites. I think the cartoon did him better justice, though.
Yeah.
Just to be real.
Alistair Alfonso Smythe, who's now in a wheelchair. I wonder why that is.
It's like, you could have just called Professor X. He would have got you a much better deal on a sweeter hover chair. Just saying.
But he's like, yeah, his body's ruined, but his mind is as clear and brilliant as ever. I'm twice the man my father, Spencer Smythe, ever was. And I'll prove it by doing the one thing he can never do. Destroy Spider-Man.
Man, him and his legacy villains, bro. I feel so bad for Spider-Man sometimes.
That's what happens when you've been around for all these years, man. Start getting... And then they get killed off, you know. You know, for a while Craven was still dead, all his, like, illegitimate kids were running around giving Spider-Man a hard time.
And let me tell you, he was a busy boy.
Hell.
Yeah, so cut to Mary Jane on her plane.
Yep. She's like, what's wrong with me? It felt great to help Pete with his problems, so why won't let him help me? Peter's the only one I've ever confided in about my family. In Amazing 259 once again. Thank you, Jim.
Tired, couldn't sleep, couldn't stop thinking about Mary Jane with his hands in his pocket.
And he's literally climbing the walls.
Get it?
And again with the music, nah. TV, phooey.
What is he doing watching TV like that?
I don't know.
Is that Dennis the Menace he's watching? I feel like that's Dennis the Menace he's watching.
Maybe, but he's making some.
Oh, Mr. Wilson!
He's making some Folgers coffee.
Oh, that's straight up Folgers too. Maybe they got a product placement, low key.
Well, they kind of obscure the F, so they can. I guess they can always say no. It's that's an E, not an F. Come on.
Just a dash of arsenic.
Yes.
Whoa, that's a little too much, Pete. Because arsenic's super, super bad for spiders. Like, you think it's bad for humans, it's really bad for, like, insects.
Yes. But then we see, Smythe sends out electronic eyes, floating eyes, to look for Spider-Man. But meanwhile
in Pittsburgh!
Yeah! Mary Jane pulls her rental car up in front of a modest suburban bungalow. And she's feeling all nervous. She knocks on the front door. One of the neighbors is like, can I help you? Yeah, Mary Jane Watson, looking for Gail Burns. Watson.
Gail Burns, you say?
Excellent. Watson, then you must be the sister. And Mary Jane, gets to meet her nephews. Tommy and Kevin.
The most basic boy names ever, but what else?
I'm Alice Larkin. I've been taking care of the boys while your sister's away. Away? Where is she? I thought that's why you'd come. Oh dear, you mean you don't know?
Now this would have been terrible had she adopted the boys and then her and Peter got married and had to take care of the boys. Like, that's what I was so scared of when I was first reading this. I was just like, oh god. Not children, not insta family. That ruins everything.
No, instead they had her teenage cousin hang around and like flirt with Peter on all uncomfortably.
Yeah, so that was a thing that happened.
The bulimic cousin, yeah.
It was before like 2010s, life was strange and people got away with a lot more.
Hell.
Literally and figuratively.
So yes, but back in New York, Pete, all bored, decides to go out web swinging.
I like the explanation for the telescopic eye that kind of teeters around his spider sense.
Yes, it just barely on the it's just far enough away not to set off the spider sense.
We're getting that spider slayer.
Yeah. Smythe loaded himself
in the
back
auto van, the battle wagon.
It showed Dear Daddy who the real genius is. So what?
Daddy issues. It's always daddy issues.
Captain Daddy Issues is on his way, and then we see Mary Jane.
And does that look like the county jail, by the way? He's like, I've never been there. I don't know.
Well, no, I've gone past it on the Parkway. I've never gone in the front door, but the park.
Maybe is what he's saying. Maybe.
And then again, it's 87. They could have renovated. I don't know.
It's Pittsburgh. Come on, don't kid yourself.
How dare you? I love. Oh, okay, Miss. Living in the bastion of culture, Florida.
Hey, man, we bulldoze everything every 3 years. What do you mean?
I was gonna say.
Gotta get rid of the scumbag somehow.
So yeah, so Mary Jane's at the Allegheny County women's jail. Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen the women's jail. So after going through all the security and whatever, she sees her sister.
Oh, listen to this sick burn. Funny, when they said I had a visitor, I assumed they meant a friend.
Ooh!
Boom! Right in the kisser.
Yeah. But yeah, I met the kids, and your sister's like, "What are you doing here?" Well, Uncle Spencer called. We needed your help 4 years ago when Tommy was doing his father abandoned us, and you abandoned us too. Mary Jane's like, "Look,
Ooh, right off to the big city."
New York City. Times change, people change. Maybe I was wrong then. Go back to New York, Mary Jane. Look after yourself. It's what you do best.
She doesn't even do a good job of that, low key, but whatevs.
Yeah, so Mary Jane's leaving in tears. So back to Peter. Some people jog.
Oh, is he thinking about Eddie Brock? Because he's like, some people jog, some people pump iron.
But Mia found that a solid stretch of web slinging is just what the ticket for soothing this poor boy's soul. See, him and Brock have stuff in common. There, I feel better already. In fact, I feel danger, spider sense. But where?
Shaboom!
That's right. What, the devil? No, the devil would be far more gentle.
You know, you made a deal with Mephisto.
I was going to say, Mephisto's like, come on, speak for yourself. You push them together, I break them apart. The spiders... the spider slayer of Alistair Smythe.
He wanted a workout, but that's not what he had in mind.
I thought
Get it?
Yeah.
Get it?
I thought Smythe was in prison, so he tries to web it up. But no, your webbing couldn't even hold the...
You fool!
Your webbing couldn't even hold the non-stick coating of my father's spider slayers, and I refined Daddy's formula a dozenfold.
Do you love me yet, Father? Do you love me?
But showing up my father's only one reason I'm going to kill you. You lured my previous slayer into electrical wiring, then left me, assuming the slayer was well insulated.
The annual Spider-Man annual, Amazing Spider-Man annual, number 19.
Thank you, Jim. But enough
Pow! Get it?
But enough current got through to scramble my nervous system, crippling me, preventing me from digesting solid foods, making me the mere shell of a man I am today.
Ooh.
So yeah, he's throwing punches, Spider-Man's dodging, but then he shoots some gas at him. Must be ethical.
Oh, look, another little book for you to pick up. Amazing Spider-Man 106.
Yep, because he's blasting with ethyl chloride, the same gas his father used. But yeah, the thing wraps around Spider-Man's about to crush him until this construction worker comes to his rescue.
Oh, I love how he's like, Spidey's one of us, New York and see.
That's what all the movies tell us. That Tinker Toy goat.
And worst of all, Tom Holland's tough guy New York accent. Actually, I don't know whose is worse. Is it Andrew Garfield's or Tom Holland's? Because they're both British, so it's like...
Yeah, I don't know. Oh my lord, have you heard Charlie Esser's new holy mission in life? He wants a Spider-Girl live-action movie, and he wants him to bring back Tobey Maguire, his old man Peter Parker.
I think low-key I think he's been watching too many of good old Matt Pat's videos, but that's kind of what low-key all Spider-Man fans kind of want. We want Tobey back. We want the camp back. We want fun. Is
that like the bring back Michael Keaton for Batman Beyond?
Yeah, that's that version. But we got to get Michael Keaton done because he's getting old. Just throwing that out there, guys.
True. So the construction worker clips the arm off the robot, or almost, with the bulldozer, but it can freeze Spider-Man. So the arm's...
Go get him, Spidey!
The arm's useless now, but the robot, blasts the bulldozer to distract Spider-Man so he can get away. But the construction worker's like...
At least she went to... Hey, at least they made her go to Pittsburgh in the spring, because you don't want none of that Pittsburgh winter. That would have scared her right off.
But Spider-Man looks for the Slayer, but it's gone. Well, at least it got my mind off of Mary Jane. Nuts, I had to remember. But meanwhile,
Speaking of Mary Jane.
Yes, in Pittsburgh, she goes back to her sister's house and walks in. Some mystery figure was sitting in a dark room with no lights on. Hello, Janie.
As you do.
Oh, my lord, you!
Whoever could that be?
Who could it be?
Well, she's definitely not walking on air, I'll tell you that much.
So yeah, so again, we see Smythe in his windowless battle wagon.
Daddy, you would have been proud of me. I'm so proud of me.
Yes, Daddy would have been.
Daddy, do you love me yet?
Daddy would have been proud of me. The maggot. I took no chances.
Yikes.
Yes, the ethyl chloride he sprayed with Spider-Man had a special trace chemical, so he can trace Spider-Man to his lair. How much money do you think he makes?
Exactly.
So yes, he's driving down the street. Some bag lady walks in front of him because the van's on auto, so it swerves and hits another car. Here comes a cop.
All right, buddy.
A cursed flatfoot. So Smythe just.
Oh man, the references they make. It's 87. It's damn near 90. We're not in London, so just say it.
So yeah, Smythe just leaves the van and gets in the robot, leaves the van. Meanwhile, what is Spider-Man doing? Plotting against his enemy? No! Watching community bulletins and weather in Spanish.
Who is he, banging during nightfall? Get it? Because I'm shameless.
You think darkness is your ally?
That's right. Check out Before the Bat every other Monday. I wish I could afford cable. See,
you're the one that crippled Alistair. Yeah, it was you.
Yep, I'm the one who crippled Alistair Smythe. I mean, it wasn't intentional, and he had almost killed Mary Jane and her Aunt Anna, but still.
Robot in Big Apple. You gotta love 80s news, right?
Yep. He brought his pain on himself. It was his responsibility, not mine. So he's putting on his suit to go after Smythe, but then the phone rings. I don't have time can't spare a minute gotta get an answering machine. So he picks up the phone. Okay, can't talk now, but what? Mary Jane? And she's saying how she was wrong and she needs him. I have to go, but please come to Pittsburgh, please. I love you, and hangs up. He's like, Ian, I'm needed here to stop the Spider Slayer, but Mary Jane needs me too. This is the toughest decision.
You can whip it to Pittsburgh in a pretty good amount of time, bros.
But then Smythe's about to track him to his apartment, but what? Moving at ground level? He's like, I guess he's in a cab, but he's like, I don't know which vehicle he's in. I'll just have to crush them all.
Well, that proves it. He's a madman.
Yeah. So, yeah, a bunch of cops show up and start shooting at him. He's like, blast. But he's like, no matter, as long as the chemical stays on Spider-Man's costume, I could be able to follow him anywhere. What are the chances this guy does laundry on a regular basis?
Exactly.
But again, 2 hours later, Smythe has regained his battle van, driven to the airport. Spider-Man is very close. But then he gets to the gate. Sorry, sir, no one is allowed beyond this point. I'm sorry, sir, but flight 494 for Pittsburgh has left. Smythe's like, no, not when I'm so close. And Peter on the,
he does deserve to go chase after Mary Jane. He is totally right in this instant. It's fine. I will agree with Peter on this one.
Of course you would. Of course you would.
I'm here for Peter.
But, again, no Uncle Ben reference. What would Uncle Ben have said, over picking a woman over duty?
It's fine not having a sausage fest all the time, okay?
I know. So, I was looking for this. Oh.
It's fine having a sausage fest.
I was having trouble finding the sausage fest button. I was like, no, I'm here for dick. No, sausage fest. No, total package. No, eyeballs and penises. No.
It's not my fault you have given me so many drops.
Oh, I can't help it. Gold just falls out of your mouth every episode.
Deceptively hard.
So Peter's thinking on the plane, things will be better once I've settled things for Peter Parker, and for once, without interference from Spider-Man's problems. But...
Oh Oh, my sweet summer child.
That's right, because back at the airport, yeah, we see Alistair buying a ticket to Pittsburgh.
My sweet summer child.
I do feel lucky. Very lucky indeed. Oh.
This next one is great. I love. They're like, "What's wrong with this picture?" And I'm like, "So much, so much."
Oh yeah, look at this cover. Hiding in Pittsburgh. We'll not save you from Alistair Smythe's Spider Slayer. As he's drowning him in the river. What's wrong with this picture? Well, it's 1990. It's 1987, and Three Rivers Stadium is there, and it's not there anymore.
Exactly. I'm just like, I can answer a lot of those questions actually.
Because, kids, Three Rivers Stadium was demolished on February 11th, 2001.
Wait, are we even allowed to mention the year 2001? I don't know.
In the year 2000. I had to look up the exact date, but I just remember when they demolished that stadium. They just, like, replayed that on a loop over and over, just, like, just imploding it.
Well, to be fair, the new stadium's a lot nicer.
Yeah.
A lot nicer.
Yeah. But it's just like, look, we knocked the building down.
Well, you know how long it took Detroit to knock down the Silver Dome. So I'm just saying. It
Oh,
could
yeah.
have been there being an eyesore forever.
Oh, yeah, there's some cities that need to put up new stadiums and don't. Oh, Lord. This is Pittsburgh. The metropolis Rand
Circa
McNally
the late 80s.
shows as the best city in America which to live. Unfortunately, may soon be known by a rather more sinister legend as the city where Spider-Man died.
No, it's not even issue 300. I don't think so.
Oh, Lord. And you know this issue is 80s because the title is Growing Pains.
Give me that smile again.
You're gonna get us!
And nobody gets that nobody gets that reference because DiCaprio, he was the cousin Oliver of that show.
Oh, yeah, DiCaprio, yeah.
Bite me.
I was gonna say,
Controversial, maybe.
I was gonna say, thank you, Alan Thicke.
May he rest in peace.
Oh, yeah.
And he left his son, who's a okay singer but loves to steal from black people. So,
Oh! Oh! Ouch. Burn. Ugh. Burn.
Moving along. Burn.
Yes. So Spider-Man's swinging through the city, hoping he doesn't get lost, going to his hotel. And just recap.
Should Spider-Man really be swinging around a city? Should he?
No, I guess no one knows Peter Parker's there yet, so it's cheaper than cab fare. Remember, he only had $1 for M&M's. Come on.
I'm sure he took a bunch of selfies and gave them to J. Jonah Jameson that we didn't see. It happened off panel. I'm almost certain.
Well, I was going to say he had to do something. So how did he afford airfare?
Exactly. He robbed a bank secretly, but we're not ready to have that conversation.
He robbed Miss Muggins' apartment.
Well, she deserved it, so
That's right. So yes, he's recapping the last two issues in his head as he's swinging.
Thank you, Pete.
Yes, as he's swinging by several Pittsburgh landmarks, the Cathedral of Learning, Mellon Square, and there's the hotel. So he changes in the alley and goes up to his room. Not exactly the plaza, but then I'm not exactly rocker. I was gonna say, come on, Pete. At least you're in a room with cable. Come on.
Exactly.
Because he turns on.
And then, of course, we hear people are still wondering about the giant robot that went on a rampage. He's like,
Yeah, because he turns on CNN.
maybe I should turn this off.
Yes, because he turns on CNN to see if they say anything about the Spider Slayer, which, it disappeared and there was no injuries. Woo. So yes, he's looking in the phone book. Kids, there used to be this big book of everyone's phone number called the phone book.
And it used to be underneath a thing called a payphone. Crazy, right?
Those ancient things that Adam Levine talks about in his song.
Ooh, even that reference is old at this point.
Oh, true. Yeah, but not as old as payphones. I am an old fart.
Change? What is this change he was speaking of? Bro, just Google or freaking Apple Pay it. What are you doing?
And then we see, Alistair Smythe has, he's still at Kennedy Airport loading a bunch of crates into a plane.
Medical components.
I mean, I guess he's in a hurry to kill Spider-Man, but why would he even need to take a plane? Couldn't he just drive that battle wagon to Pittsburgh?
That caused too much heat. You know what I mean? I get it.
I guess, but how much does it cost for airfare and to lug all these crates?
He's still kind of sort of rich, though, right? So
maybe. Because he tells them they're medical components, but in reality, they are parts for my Spider Slayer robot. Still, they are a matter of life and death. For once I reach Pittsburgh, they shall provide true meaning for my life by causing Spider-Man's death.
That was a long way to go about that, but sure, Smythe. Sure.
I hope you didn't hurt yourself, Michelini, reaching that far. Okay.
So he did end up taking a cab at least.
Yes, because it cost a fortune. It was expensive, but figuring out mass transit.
Actually, mass transit's not that bad in Pittsburgh, Pete. You could have got there for $3. It might have took you 90 minutes, but $3, Pete.
And I mean, you do have super strength. You couldn't have swung until you got to the suburbs and then walked.
He's lazy.
I know. I hope the quiet ride would help me sort things out. Too bad it didn't. I still don't know what to expect. As he knocks on the door. Who is it? It's Peter. Mary Jane comes out all happy in her purple jeans
and green shirt.
I think it's a jacket, but yes.
Yeah.
My pleasure, Mary Jane, but what the heck? Why don't you introduce me to your little friend, Janie? She's like, Peter, this is Philip. Philip, come now, Janie. Why don't you call me what you did when you were a little girl? Call me Dad. And Pete's like, he's your father? I stopped calling you Dad when you ran out on Mom ages ago. He's like, don't you get on your high horse with me, young lady.
Oh, boy.
You brought an outsider.
Classic father-daughter situation here.
Your sister's life is in your hands, and if you insist on pulling such asinine stunts...
I don't have to listen to this.
Pete, I guess I don't have to either. Nice meeting you, Peter.
Yeah, she hates him, you hate him. Damn straight, Peter.
That's right.
He knows he's ready for married life.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Mary Jane's getting in the car, and one of the nephews is like, you're not leaving that, are you? No, Kevin, I'll be here when you get home from school. So, once again, Peter and Mary Jane are going to go have a little talk, but since,
In a park.
Yes, remember, Amazing 259. But yeah, since they're now in Pittsburgh, they're at Point State Park. Those of you may know it by the big fountain. Which you could see right there. We talked about this once before, Peter, that day in Central Park. I'm surprised we didn't get an editor's note. Although maybe they figured everyone knew it by now. But yeah, we talked about my childhood. I left Gail when she was expecting her second child. Yes, I'd seen Gail and my mom give up their dreams. I was determined not to let that happen to me. But then get an update on the father. Philip's continued failures made him bitter and his academic standing eroded, so he started using his literary contacts to make a living another way by stealing rare manuscripts and selling them to private collectors. That sounds complicated.
Oof.
His latest was the Tavistock Paper, a monograph written by Benjamin Franklin, currently on loan to Duquesne University. Take a drink. And that choice wasn't coincidental. Gail has been working as a career counselor at Duquesne for almost 2 years. Philip convinced her to use her passkey to steal the manuscript. She then hid it, figuring to sneak it away after work, but security cameras spotted her and she was arrested because she has daddy issues.
Doesn't everybody?
Oh my! We need to get Lilith Hellfire on the couch one of these episodes. All right. Now,
not me. I'm good on that. But like almost every hero does have daddy issues.
Well, yeah. I mean, especially these days because they kill them all. Remember when the Flash had live parents?
I know. And remember when Wonder Woman was made from clay? Hashtag still bitter.
Boy, DC, you really mucked things up. Remember when Tony?
Although I do appreciate Jeff Johns' take on the Flash, though.
Yeah,
I think he had to have Flash match everybody else in the Justice League, so they'd have that, that talking point when they're drinking beers.
And this is a Marvel podcast. Remember when Howard Stark used to be Tony's biological father? Remember that?
Instead of some rando.
So now Philip wants Mary Jane to find out where the manuscript is and bring it to him. He says he'll leave us alone then, and without physical evidence, the police will have to let Gail go.
Are we sure that's how that works?
Well,
they do have security footage.
Well, I mean,
I'm just saying.
well, Philip's just saying that so he can get the manuscript. He don't care about his daughters.
Exactly. It's just like, come on, guys, let's reason this out just a little bit further.
I know. So, but yeah, Peter's even saying, you're not thinking of helping him, are you? I don't know what I feel, Peter. Listen, MJ, sacrifice sounds noble on the surface, but can it do more harm than good if done for the wrong reasons? Always
you know all about that, wouldn't you, Pete?
Always do it for a dead relative, not live ones. Come on.
Exactly.
You're a very special person, Mary Jane. And destroying your future for a man who obviously cares for you only as far as he could use you would be a monumental waste. I would know because I see you as an object also.
I was gonna say, just because you're the protagonist and you lampshaded doesn't make it okay.
No, I'm just joking. I love this marriage before Mephisto got rid of it. Casada.
Exactly.
But I swear I'll do everything in my power to help you live with the decision you make. And so they kiss. And they go back to the house. And
spicy.
Nothing like danger to get the motor running, huh?
That goes both ways for the both of them.
True. So Mary Jane goes back to the house. Well, they both go back to the house, and she says, I'm going to help you, Daddy.
Father.
Faja. And this is as if this wasn't convoluted enough. Smythe is finally in town. Oh my lord, he must be rich because he rented a warehouse, so he could assemble the robot.
It's not like New York. You don't. Well, at least in the 80s, you didn't have a whole lot of abandoned buildings.
And especially in Pittsburgh, I'm like, in the main Marvel universe, I don't think there was even that many heroes and villains here. So although by this time they were shutting down steel mills and stuff, so he might have got a good deal on something. And as he's putting the robot together, he's thinking, thanks to that trace chemical I sprayed on Spider-Man, I should be able to find him. Thank you, Jim. Because Spider-Man never does laundry, till he absolutely has to.
And that's why kids, superheroes, should wash their uniforms after every nightly outing.
So, yes. But meanwhile, Pete and Mary Jane are back at the Allegheny Women's Prison. And Gail's like, oh, you need me now? Where were you at when I had 2 jobs and changing diapers at 4 a.m.? And Mary Jane was like, I was sleeping at the Y, thank you. So they're going at each other. Mary Jane storms out. Peter's like, Mary Jane only wants your help so she can help you. We need that manuscript to get you out of jail. Gail, she's got you fooled, isn't it? All Sis wants is to be Daddy's little girl. Pete, don't you think Daddy has screwed up enough lives? Yours, Mary Jane's, or you don't want to wreck your kids too? She's like, what? What do the kids have to do with this? Who's going to take care of them if you're sent to prison?
Sure.
Yeah. You're using your hatred as a shield, letting everything that matters bounce off of it. Look at reality before it destroys you. Your kids need you. Mary Jane needs you. And I think in your heart, you need Mary Jane. Put the shield down. So, while all this is going on, Smythe, again, referring to himself in his...
What a jerk! He refers to himself in his full name.
Yes, third person,
Jeez.
Full name. Alistair Alfonso Smythe. Because it's not even like he was a junior. The other one, his dad was Spencer Smythe. If you say Alistair, that's fine. But he has to be Alistair Alfonso Smythe with that 80s mullet.
Curly mullet on top of that.
Yeah, it's like a permed mullet.
He looks kind of like Carrot Top when he's like peeking his head out of the spider slayer. I'm just saying. Party in the front and the back. And the sides.
True. So, yes, he's tracking Spider-Man, but meanwhile...
That robot looks like the robot from Lost in Space. Is it just me?
Kinda, yeah, because it doesn't have like a face or anything. It's just like a big periscope for a head. It's like a transformer crossed with Lost in Space robot, yeah. But yeah, so he's tracking Spider-Man, who right now is at Duquesne University. But Gail hid the manuscript in an old sensory deprivation tank in the basement lab. Peter, you know basement labs are no good. Carrion.
Nothing good can come of this.
Carrion. Come on, we covered this. Come on.
He don't learn from his... The only snake he learns from is not to let criminals go unless it's the holidays.
That's true. Don't chase criminals no matter what, unless there's a hot chick asking you not to.
Exactly.
Or it's Christmas, yes. Well, she couldn't have picked a better place. The experiments have sensory deprivation. Experiments haven't been conducted since the 60s. No one would think of looking here. Oh, but Pete's torn. I'm helping Mary Jane what she thinks is right. And that in itself is right, but I'm also aiding a major theft. Can I really go through with this?
For some of that Mary Jane love, yeah, I think you would.
Oh, I see. I know. Okay, so he's making a decision a certain way. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's when the Spider Slayer blasts in.
Convenient.
Oh, Kool-Aid.
Convenient.
Wait a minute. How's it coming through the wall? Aren't they in the basement? I mean, if it came in from above, I'd see that, but I don't know.
Don't think too hard about it. It's a Spider-Man book.
Because he's all Kool-Aid Man in through the wall.
Oh, yeah!
It's the 80s.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
But how did it find you here?
I don't know.
Just get the safety, woman.
Yeah, because you see him strapping on web shooters.
Hey, look at that little baby flip.
Yeah, because he's using it to dim the light near the hole in the wall. Use the shadows to sneak out. Well, okay. I'd be waiting right outside as she's running for the hole, but then the Spider Slayer sees her. What? Well.
The lady I once thought was Spider-Man. Oh, she's Spider-Man 19. Pow, pow.
But
that's the Jim shorthand, by the way.
I mean, I guess Alistair Smythe doesn't have experience with women because, I mean, this obviously woman with a very feminine body he thought it was Spider-Man? Okay.
I don't know, for all he knows,
padding?
The fabric could compress the boobs,
I don't know.
Like when Amico showed up on Arrow and I was like, no, it's a chick, but sure.
Yeah.
It was obviously a male stunt double, but obviously. Some of the close-ups, they did give you the feminine shot, so,
Or maybe
convenient plot point is convenient.
Or maybe Smythe was just looking for an excuse for, dealing with his issues of attraction to Spider-Man. Wait, what? No, it's okay.
Yeah.
He's really a girl. I know it. But then, Mister, you're about to find out what real trouble is. What? And he turns around. There's Spider-Man on the wall.
Pow!
Yep.
You're dead.
Run, lady, get out of here.
Forgot my webbing won't stick to the Spider Slayer.
Yep.
Just give him the Robin backhand. Just give him a Robin backhand. He deserves it.
But then, a bunch of students are coming in, so Pete's like, gotta get this out, gotta take this fight out of here. So he stays on the wall, makes the Spider Slayer punch through the wall so he can get out.
Civilians! Drat!
But once he's outside, now where do I go? I know Pittsburgh about as well as I know the surface of Jupiter.
Some of the bridges lead out to the burbs.
Yes, in New York. Maybe this one will take me to an open area.
No such luck, buddy.
But
You're gonna have to fight out in the water.
Bridges are bad luck for you, Pete. Come on.
I know, right?
Because Mary Jane's like, well, Peter's headed for the Liberty Bridge. She's diving in the car. She's gonna follow. Yeah, right. In Pittsburgh traffic. Like, you're gonna be able to keep up with them.
It could be a Sunday.
That's true.
They didn't say what day it was.
That's true. So yeah, Spider-Man's swinging from the bridge. The Spider Slayer's extending its legs so it can walk through the river. Oh, knocks him off the bridge. Grabs him with his... Wait, what does he grab him with, Lilith?
Quantum sparkly tentacles?
Sparkly quantum tentacles?
And pushes him underwater. Trying to suffocate him, just like on the cover.
Hey, they didn't bait the switch.
That's right. So Mary Jane sees the Slayer but doesn't see Peter, so she rams the car into one of its legs.
Now that's a broad you can really get behind.
Hey-oh! Phrasing.
That's my one per episode.
That's right. So it doesn't knock over the Slayer, but it frees Spider. It's enough to free Spider-Man because he comes up for air as the Slayer crushes the car right as Mary Jane gets away.
Whose car was that?
It was a rental, wasn't it?
Oh God!
I think last issue they said it was a rental.
Hopefully they got the insurance.
I hope. I know Jerry Seinfeld. I hope they did. I'm gonna beat the hell out of this thing.
it's nice when we can make Seinfeld references.
Yes.
Because we're old.
So Spider-Man's like, oh, thank for the distraction. And he starts climbing up the incline.
Ooh, residential section. Wrong way, buddy.
Well, yeah, he scales the incline because he can't wait for it to come back down. I hope to find some wilderness or a park at the top. But nope, a residential section. Oh, my Lord. This is lady. Is he allowed in Mount Washington? Jesus.
Exactly.
Exactly. I hate going back to the river, but too late. As the Slayers come to the top of Mount Washington.
Ethyl chloride!
Oh, maybe I really need to watch this costume because he's gassed me twice already.
Yeah. I guess it came off in the river, so maybe I was right about having to wash your costume every night.
Maybe. But yes, so Slayer gets it. He's all woozy, so the Slayer grabs him and just starts punching him, making me woozy. Not used to being hit, don't much like it. Then we see Mary Jane finally get to the top because she waited for the incline.
With a baseball bat?
Well, she grabs I mean, these are at the top of Mount Washington. It is like city streets, so there's like a kid up there just playing like baseball in the middle of a city street. But yeah, she grabs the kid's baseball bat and hits the Slayer's leg. You're a pretty little thing, but you begin to annoy me. Again, little Hellfire date. That's what she tells all her men. Oh my Lord, in monologuing. Though the trace chemical I sprayed on Spider-Man's costume in New York enables me to track him anywhere, I prefer to do so without interference. Goodbye, Miss Watson. Remember this scene, because this will come up in...
Did we all feel like it was a Gwen Stacy moment? When he grabbed her, you're just like, oh, they're on a bridge. Oh, God.
And remember this scene in, I think it's 2 weeks when we cover the What If. This will come back up.
Yes.
Mary Jane? He got Mary Jane, but what's he going to do? Sweet Mother in Heaven. No, as Spider-Man kicks the Slayer from behind, which I believe I have this for the header on our Facebook page. So he knocks Mary Jane free and he just starts pounding on the suit. Smythe, you low-life murdering scum, come out of here. As he rips him out of the suit. I'll hunt you to the ends of the earth! Animated series reference. Seeing MJ in danger sent adrenaline rushing through my system, countered the effects of the ethylene chloride. Something countered the effects of the ethylene chloride.
Oh, that blood rushing to other places, you know.
All the blood leaving my head. So, yes, he pulls Smythe out, then he just, like, throws him on the ground. Are you alright, miss?
He's a cripple, bro. That's kind of messed up.
I know. I know, and there's something I want you to know. As long as I'm alive, I'll never, ever let anyone hurt you. I'll let the devil mess with your life. I'll let the devil mess with your life, but I'll never let anyone hurt you.
Hey, Tiger, you hit the jackpot. She already knows that.
Hey-oh. So now, we got the lovey-dovey stuff out of the way. Back to Smythe. And as for you, Smythe, do you see what I did to your robot? Then get this. If you ever try to harm Miss Watson or any other innocent person, I'm going to find you and pretend you're that robot. Understand? So don't you dare show your face for another 70-some issues.
Oh, and they even returned her manuscript.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, the guy driving the incline didn't know what it was because it's in a metal box. The police should be on their way, ma'am. They'll take care of things. And she said, wait, I guess I'd better head back to my hotel. Does she mean Peter's hotel? Because wasn't she staying at her sister's house?
Well, she didn't want everybody to know in case Smythe broke out of jail or whatever.
I guess. The hotel it is, then he's thinking. That'll give me a chance to wash off that blasted trace chemical. Yeah, you should have did that, before you left New York.
Before you left to do your laundry in your pack?
Or you know what? It's
just me that only takes clean clothes before a trip?
Well, I was going to say, or if he even left that suit at home. I mean, Smythe would have found his apartment, but wouldn't have been able to track him to Pittsburgh.
I mean, it's New York, though. Sublet of a sublet of a sublet.
And I believe in Amazing 289, didn't Black Cat make you like 3 of these costumes or something? Leave this
He's
one.
He's an idiot sometimes, He's an idiot.
Leave this suit in Pittsburgh. If he ever tries to track you again, he'll be nowhere near New York.
Matter of fact, take it to Alaska. Joke's on him.
It's 1987. Just take the suit, give it to a 9-year-old me, and call it a day.
Perfect.
But
3 hours later, Gail burns his suburban home.
Man, there's some slow washing machines at the hotel.
He probably had to wait.
Well, he said he kind of got lost in Pittsburgh, but then he's thinking, I really wasn't lost. I had to think, and I decided I can't go along with this. I'm going to slip a spider tracer on Philip so I can follow him and nab him later. That'll work. So Mary Jane walks in with the manuscript. All right, we're done. And he's like, that's my little girl. And you'll get Gail off the hook. Gail was just a dupe. The poor misguided child was only doing what I told her to do. Without evidence, she should get a light. See, he said, though, they'd have to release her. Now he's saying, she'll get a light sentence at worst.
Exactly what I was saying. Use your head, people.
Yeah. Mary Jane says, I see. Was that enough, gentlemen? Oh, my lord. So I guess Pittsburgh has a special crimes unit? Lieutenant.
Every city has a special crimes unit.
That's true.
It's just that Dick Wolf is only focused on New York and Chicago, so nobody else in the world would know that.
That's true. Alright, so, yeah, the police come in and cart Philip off to jail. We only ever see him one other time.
Yeah, and exactly.
One other time.
You beat me to it.
Yeah, they kind of reconcile when she's pregnant, and then you're like, oh, daddy. We'll have to keep in touch, and then they never do.
Much to everybody's relief.
But I took your advice, Peter, about making choices. I called the police while I was waiting for you at the hotel. I didn't tell you sooner because I wasn't sure if I could go through with it. I didn't want to have you to choose between helping me and letting a criminal escape and kill someone's uncle.
See, she's a good noodle. She's a good noodle, Pete.
But at Mount Washington, when I thought you were going to die, I found the courage I didn't know I had, and that helped me see things through. Let's face it, Tiger, you're good for me. Lady, we're good for each other.
I was waiting.
Then epilogue 2 days later when everyone's still wearing the same clothes.
Because it's a comic book or gross life.
It's a trip to another city, How many clothes do they bring? And Peter doesn't feel like doing laundry again.
Although that should have taught him to do his laundry more often, but that's the real moral of this story is do your laundry, people.
That's right. But yeah, Gail's out, the trial's next month, but according to the lawyer, under the circumstances, there's a fair chance I'll get a suspended sentence. And the nephews, we're gonna miss you, Aunt Mary Jane. Have your mother bring.
Never saw those kids in yet.
No, we saw them a few times. I believe, what was it? Amazing 347. Remember, he sends Mary Jane to live with that or go stay with her sister in Pittsburgh when Venom's stalking him. But then Venom knocks him out and takes him to that island.
Oh, God.
That one.
I think I blocked that out.
But I know you do see the kids in that one, yeah. He's like, have your mom bring you to her for a trip to New York. Gosh, Mom, can me? Well, we'll see. I'll have to get a job first and get some money, but okay.
Exactly.
And so the issue ends at Greater Pittsburgh International Airport, which Lilith knows well.
Yes, it's actually a pretty cool airport.
Yeah, so they're just sitting
there.
It's
not Denver cool, but it's a cool airport.
So Mary Jane's got peace with her life now, and maybe it's time to stop running. Maybe there's nothing wrong with making someone else happy as long as that person makes you happy. Peter's like, you mean? She's like, yes, Peter, yes. I will marry you. In Amazing Spider-Man Annual 21, which we'll get to next week.
Spider-Man's getting married!
Yes, you'll see the right way this was supposed to go down, not that one moment in time crap. A brick, my ass.
Hashtag still bitter. I enjoyed these 3 issues a lot.
Oh yeah.
Even though Pete is being Pete sometimes, it's great. I like to see a proactive Mary Jane. I like that we got to kind of flesh her out a little bit, even if her family is a bunch of scumbags.
Yes, it's like pure 80s Spider-Man.
Yes, which is the best Spider-Man. So
heck yeah.
Definitely A for me.
Oh yeah, A for me. Pittsburgh was mostly accurate.
I mean, they're not suing Sue and Reed, but they're up there. They're up there in the Marvel couples.
How dare you?
Although, really, y'all know I love Sue and Namor. Y'all know that, right? Like, I need a what if, but like a whole miniseries of if they got married. Just gonna throw that out there for Marvel.
Lilith loves a man in a Speedo.
Total
I
package.
do. It's a problem.
It's gotta be a trigger.
On that note.
On that note, yes. So, yes, next time, join us.
On that note.
For, like I said, Amazing Spider-Man Annual 21, The Marriage, followed by, what is it, Spectacular Spider-Man Annual 7, I believe. It's The Honeymoon and the return of Lilith Hellfire's favorite Spider-Man character, Puma. Puma! Is it Puma or...
Puma.
Think of that. Is it Uma? Uma. Puma, Jerry. Puma.
Nice.
But yeah, no feedback this time. So yes. Hey Ray, send your thoughts in for Amazing Spider-Man Annual 21 and Spectacular Spider-Man Annual number 7. Email us capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. That's right, it spells 614-38-CAPES. Charlie Esser just figured that out. And follow Ultimate Spider... I swear he did. And again, follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, follow the YouTube channel where you can see, well, at least my face, not Lilith's. Everything, all links to everything, all in one convenient place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember to support the sponsors, Hunt a Killer, Tweaked Audio, Podlife the book, now in digital and paperback. And when you go and buy it on Amazon and everything else, because, hey, remember, kids, go do your shopping on Amazon. Father's Day is coming, so use the link right down there in the show notes for Amazon. Help support this show, the Southgate Media Group Network, and, of course, Rob Master Doom Southgate himself. The man needs pants.
Go back and look at my history, and you will find out I am right so much more often than I'm wrong. Mark my words.
Lilith Hellfire.
If you nerds want to hang out with me on the interwebs, you can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire or on Instagram with all the cool kids at Lilith Hellfire 86 or at Lilith Hellfire 69. Caring for another human being that isn't myself.
I thought that was apropos for this episode.
Exactly.
Marriage, siblings, what?
Yeah, that is get it. I changed my mind. It's an F. It's an F. Suck it.
Never change Lilith. Anyway. Again, come back next time for that big wedding. Mephisto wants you to forget, but never forget. Never forget.
Never forget, never forgive, never surrender.
And when next episode goes up, everyone tweet it to Quasada. Email it to Quasada. But until then, swing on back.